And so he said, I think if you come here, I think like you have a good shot at getting drafted. Like I just want you to kind of just be here. I want to get you on like a workout program, gain some weight, and I think you have a good shot.
Becoming paralyzed is many people's worst nightmare, but to me, it's my reality. I'm Cruz, and today, I'm bringing you into my world. Let's hope you can get some perspective, and let's have a chat. Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode of Paralyze This. My name is Cruz Bogle, and I'm your wheelchair-bound quadriplegic host. The point of this show is to try and change your perspective on just about everything in your life. Here with me today, I've got my little buddy, Myles McKisic. How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. So we got you strapped in here at your shins, at your knees, at your arms, and at your chest. So you're in there pretty good, right?
Pretty tight, can't really move too much.
A little snug?
Yep.
Right on. So Myles is actually the little brother of my left and right hand man, Kyle, who y'all might recognize me talking about him in the show, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would probably recognize him. But Myles has been playing baseball all his life, and he was fortunate enough to make it in the MLB draft. He was drafted by the Texas Rangers organization and played ball in their minor league. Unfortunately, he was recently cut, and now he's back in college playing ball and trying to get his next shot at the MLB. So that's what we're here to talk to you about, man. It's just kind of like your perspective on that whole process and kind of what it's taught you and how you're going to approach your second chance differently.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, you've been playing baseball all your life. Was it always a dream, like even when you were a young kid, to make it to the MLB?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
On top of the world,
Right.
all the money you make. I mean, and it's your job playing like a kid's game.
Right, it doesn't get much better than that, right?
Like, what did you go up and show up to the field and play baseball?
Yeah.
What else did you want? And I looked up to all my older brothers and everyone in the neighborhood, and that's their dream.
Right.
And then obviously in the MLB you have your idols, and you want to be like them when you're younger. So.
Right. So what age did you start playing ball?
Like since I can remember.
Like 3? Yeah.
Probably.
So, and you're what, 22 now?
Yep.
It's a lot of years of baseball.
Yeah.
Right on. And you went to American Heritage to play middle school and high school ball?
Yeah.
And then from there, where'd you go?
So my senior year, I went to an academy in Montgomery, Alabama called Next Level Baseball Academy. And my coach, I played travel ball with them. And so he said, I think if you come here, I think like you have a good shot at getting drafted. Like I just want you to kind of just be here. I want to get you on like a workout program, gain some weight, and I think you have a good shot. So senior year, I moved out there to Alabama, and that year I had a good year, and the Rangers and a few other teams started looking at me. And then that summer came around in 2017, and I got drafted.
So that wasn't technically college though, right? That's just like a kind
so
of
it was
in-between thing?
It was like I got held back my senior year. So it's a high school academy. So kids go to school there.
Okay.
So grades from like 8th grade to 12th grade.
So that was technically your senior year, was at this academy?
Yeah. So like I went to school and stuff. I dual enrolled. I took a couple college classes too. At like Faulkner University. It's just a school right in Montgomery.
Yeah.
And then from like 8 to like about 2 o'clock, I would train every day. Work out, practice, eat, do it all over
everything,
every day.
Everything baseball.
Yeah. And then I would go to class in the afternoon, like around like 5.
So your whole baseball life, not just like the higher level of college or the pros, do you think that you were able to make it because you just were a better talent than most kids, or would you attribute it to like working harder and just kind of focusing your whole life on baseball?
I would say like working harder, because in the beginning or like through middle school and most of high school, I was like always smaller. I wasn't the biggest. I mean, I hit like a growth spurt like sophomore year, junior summer is when I like kind of hit a growth spurt, and I kind of like started realizing like maybe got a shot at this. Like my arm strength got better. I got way faster.
Yeah.
Like my power started coming around. When I was younger, I was like always good, But then, like, I think it started 8th grade year, I started working, literally going to the field, like, every single day. That's when I kind of realized, like,
Okay, I got a shot.
yeah, and I want to go to college, or, like, college, get a scholarship, and then eventually move on to the pros.
Right.
And then, so, like, 8th grade all the way through senior year, I was at the field almost every single day.
Like working with your specific, like a special coach? Or
Yeah,
like,
or I had, like, a coach who kind of just, like, took me under his wing and kind of guided me through.
yeah.
And he was there every day at the field with me. And even after games, I would go hit. Before games, like, went every day. I was at the field. And then started getting, like, pretty serious. And then kind of just started taking off from there.
Yeah. Do you think he saw your potential and that's why he kind of took you under his wing?
Yeah.
Or like,
when I was in, like, middle school, I was in between, it was over the summer, and I was in between travel teams. And I had a few buddies on the team, and he's like, hey, coming up to Orlando, come play with us. And then after that tournament, I think he kind of saw my talent and stuff like that, and then kind of just, like, sat down with my parents and told them, look, I think if he does this, this, and this, like, he has a real shot at making it. Like, he has a really special talent. He's just younger right now. He doesn't realize it, and he's just a little smaller. But once he starts, like, growing and getting bigger and stronger, like, he'll get it.
damn,
So
that's pretty cool that you had that.
yeah,
Opportunity.
and that he gave me that, like, confidence, because like, I was always smaller, like, I didn't know, like, I was just playing baseball like every other kid,
Right,
like,
yeah, you're just.
and then he kind of just, like, guided me through, kind of, like, told me, you know, what's right and wrong, like, stay away from this, and it's like, at first I probably wasn't right on the right path, but he just kind of, like, because
Put
he's
you on
been
the
through
right
it
path.
before, yeah, he's done it with a couple other kids, and he just kind of knew, like, what's right and wrong, what you shouldn't do and what you should do.
Right. So without him, do you think that you would have?
I think about that all the time, but 50-50. I don't know. Because, like, I know I have, it's not like he gave me, like, encouraged me to go there. Like, I have the work ethic and I want to do that. But I think he kind of just helped me just make better decisions.
Yeah.
Like, especially in
Sometimes
high
that's all it
school.
takes, right?
Yeah. So, and then, like, obviously he helped me. He had some contacts and stuff like that. So.
Well, that sound sucks.
Yeah, quit farting, man.
Yeah, my bad, dude. My bad. So besides having like a mentor like that, what do you think it takes from like you personally or from a specific player? What does it take to make it to the next level? Whether it's just college, from high school to college, or from college to the pros, like from you within yourself, like what does it take?
I think it starts with having that confidence.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, like, be cocky with yourself, not like toward others or anything like that, but like inside here, like with the way you talk, and it's like all mindset. Like,
Right.
you gotta tell you can't be negative. You can't tell yourself like, I can't do it. I can't. Like, you gotta walk out on the field with like a different type of confidence, saying I'm the best.
Right.
And then it goes along with obviously like going to the gym, going to the field, put in that work, whatever you may have to work on. Like, if you're not as good as one thing, put extra work into that to make it as good as all your other tools.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a matter of, like,
Perfecting
the
your
grind.
craft.
Yeah.
You said you were hit before practice, hit after games, and just put in the extra work.
Yeah. Like, I would hit, like, 4 practice, and then I would go to, like, high school practice and stuff like that, and he would pick me up. And after my high school practice, I would go to hit a double in Boca. I would go there for, like, 3 hours and go hit some more.
Yeah.
Just because, like, hitting wasn't, like, the best. Like, I always struggled with hitting a little bit, but I always, like, had a good glove, and I always was pretty fast. So, like, I knew I just needed to hit and figure it out.
Put the extra time in.
Yeah. And baseball is one of those sports where, like, if you take a couple weeks off, you're going to get, like, you got to keep perfecting that swing or whatever you need to do.
I did an interview with Andrew Spruill from XPE. He's one of the trainers there. And that's kind of what he said too. He's like, you know, some kids are good, some kids are better, but it's the extra work that you put in.
Yeah.
Like, if you can go, you know, you play your high school game, then you just go like screw off after or before, and you're not dedicated to putting in the extra work, like, you're probably not going to reach the next level if that's your goal.
Yeah.
Like, you got to dedicate yourself. You got to put in the extra work. You got to do what these other kids aren't going to do, because you got to set yourself apart somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that sounds like that's what you did, man.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's,
like sophomore year of high school, I didn't even play a baseball season, so where I just wanted to train and, like, I went to the field still every day, but I wanted to get better at certain things. I wanted to get faster, so like I didn't even play a season. I just went to the field twice a day.
Really?
And I would run with a parachute, hit, take like 5 buckets of ground balls, and that's where like after that year, it like I don't know what it was, but it just like started clicking.
Yeah. So you didn't even play your sophomore year?
I didn't even play a game.
Were you still practicing with the team and doing all that, or
I was just training by myself.
Wow. How did your high school coach feel about that?
He didn't like it.
No?
Not at all.
How does he feel about George, right? That's the coach you've been talking
George Sands. That's like my mentor. They kind of like butt heads a little bit.
Yeah.
And then weren't fans of it.
How did you feel about that? Did you want to play that high school year?
Yeah, like you always miss playing games. You always want to play a game, but like he's kind of like he's done it before with other players, so like I kind of trusted him. And he told me, he just basically laid it out, like if you do this, this, and this, like I think you have a good shot.
Right.
So like, what I gotta lose? I mean, it's not like I'm doing nothing bad. I'm still training.
Right,
every
you're putting in
single
the
day.
extra work, yeah.
It was just what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And he felt like that, so I went with it.
Paid off, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man.
So
when it comes to injuries, have you ever had any type of injury that you weren't able to play?
Nothing serious, no. Maybe out for a couple weeks, but
just like what, a strained muscle or something?
yeah,
like
when I was in middle school, I hurt my elbow, but I was out for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then when I was in pro ball, I hurt my shoulder a little bit and like hurt my thumb, but I was out for like only a few weeks. I was still able to play, just take it a little easy and just do a little rehab, but nothing crazy.
True.
That's lucky. That's another thing that like I've always stayed healthy.
Yeah.
Never had a problem.
Right. A lot of kids will screw up their shoulder or something from throwing so much or so hard.
Labrums, Tommy John is like a big thing now with pitchers.
That's the
or
elbow.
Or even like pulling your hamstring or something like that, or breaking an ankle. But I've never had problems.
Because you drink your milk, boy.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of being in a situation like this or having a serious injury like something that I've had?
Not before you had it, and now that like I've known you for so long, it's kind of just like I've thought of it before. It's like one day you're having fun, you probably didn't think of it at all. Like most people, I didn't.
Right, never crossed your mind.
Not at all, and it's just that split second. Now I do sometimes for sure.
Yeah.
Especially I hang out with you and stuff like that. So.
If I have, how would you say that? Seeing me and knowing me and the accident and the injury that I have. How is that like? Has it altered your perspective or your?
Yeah, just like I got like people have said like I have like I'm super athletic and I have like a good talent. So like, try not to waste it or don't take it for granted type of thing.
Yeah,
that definitely helps.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm glad I could have at least a little impact there on your life.
For sure.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have your brother Kyle here bring in a little hot dog and feed you this, give you a bite of this hot dog. This is just, I mean, I know you love. Oh, you took a bite of his hot dog? Oh,
dude, you took a
man. Older brother, man. Yeah, don't take too big of a bite. I don't want you choking.
No, I'm gonna say that on camera. Come on now. I get excited and you just gotta say, Can't help it.
Can't help it sometimes. I like it. But yeah, that's just to give you like a slight perspective. Like Kyle feeds me every day. You know, obviously I don't have the use of my arms to be able to feed myself. So somebody in my situation who has a disability, like the simplest thing that you may think of, you know, whether it's eating or brushing your teeth, taking a sip of water, getting up and just getting out of bed in the morning, like putting your shirt on, little stuff like that. Like Kyle literally does all of that for me. So that's just to, you know, slight perspective there of don't take even the littlest thing for granted, you know. But yeah, good bite, good hot dog.
Oh, very.
Right on.
Gas station special right there.
Gas station special. All right, so to the MLB, you talked a little bit about the academy that you went to. That was like in between the end of your high school career into the MLB. So how did kind of that draft process from the academy, like when you found out you were getting drafted, what happened? What'd you do? Where'd you go?
So like, as like, you kind of like your name gets kind of out there with different scouts or even colleges. You know, people want to come see you. And what also helps, if I was like fortunate enough to have some good kids on my team,
Yeah.
so that brought scouts to come see them, and then they would see me,
Right.
and then we kind of built off each other. So like, that's how it started, and then it was like maybe the middle to end of my senior year. My coach, I went to a Brewers workout. I had some interest from the Dodgers and Blue Jays.
Yeah.
But the Rangers, they were like on it. I just had like, I think a couple of good games. I was just hot during the middle of the season, just hitting some home runs here and there. And then they said they came out and took video of me, just like in a game. And then after that, they kind of just stay in contact, and they'll come see you a little bit more. And then they'll have a higher up scout come watch you. And that was actually crazy because I was like 0 for 3 with like 2 strikeouts, like having not that good of a game.
When this guy, the bigger guy, came
Yeah,
to see?
and like, but I was like balling at shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 6 plays, like just playing really good defensively.
Yeah.
And it was like a playoff game. And I come up in the last inning. We were down by like 2, and I hit like a 3-run home run to win the game.
Like a walk-off home run?
Walk-off home run.
Hey.
Like, it was. I think that might have helped.
Yeah, probably.
For
But,
sure.
and you knew he was in the crowd watching?
Yeah, or like I had an idea,
Yeah.
kind of, because that morning I had breakfast with my scout. His name's Derek Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
So like they meet you, they want to get to know you because they're not gonna draft some like kid who they don't think
Right, they don't just want to see your play on the field.
Yeah, they want to know the type of person you are. They know everything. They want to know my brother. They want to know what my parents did.
Right.
They want to know like everything because they don't want just like some kid who's just gonna be like
Right,
a douche.
yeah.
But you just kind of stay in contact, and then over the summer, after my high school season, you have like pro teams have like before the draft they have pre-draft workouts. I went one for the Brewers too. You get invited to there. It's only like a select few of kids. It's probably like maybe like 20 kids were there.
Yeah.
And you do like a showcase combine style. So like you run the 60. I take ground balls at shortstop. I did some. They wanted me as like kind of utility, or they just saw as an athlete. So that I had took some balls in the outfield too, and then you hit batting practice on the field.
Yeah.
And then after that, and that's like all the scouts and top like dogs from the Rangers organization are there to watch you, like 20 players.
Yeah.
And then they
So
kind
they're
of pick and
assessing
choose.
the hell out of you.
Yeah. So that's like, and then that's like the last, because my high school season's over, and the draft's in June. So that's like the last kind of look they get at you to kind of make their decision.
Right.
So I did pretty well in that. I actually ran like well in my 60, and I had like a good batting practice and stuff like that. So after that was in Georgia, like right outside of Atlanta. So after that, I just drove back home to Delray, and I called my scout on the way home. He's like, it looks good. Like, I think you did well. Like, the guys like you and all that stuff. And then like a few weeks later, you kind of just text here and there, stay in contact. They ask like, are other teams contacting you and all that stuff? They want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to the point where like they go out and have meetings like probably 2 weeks prior to the draft to get all their like, I guess, P's and Q's together.
Yeah, figure it all out.
Yeah, who they want to take, and if this kid gets selected by another team, we'll take this kid instead, type of thing.
Yeah.
And then after that meeting, he called me and was like, I think you have a good shot, and kind of gave me like a selection of rounds that I was gonna go in, and then you kind of talk money a little bit, like what I'm looking at, and you go back and forth a little bit about that, and then kind of just wait until draft day.
And so did you get a call right on draft day?
Yeah, I was actually like watching it, and then because he told me 10 to 20 or 10 rounds from like 10 to like 15, possibly 20, and I was like, at that time I'm watching it. It was like during the week, like a Wednesday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the draft started like 10 in the morning, and I'm like watching on my computer, just like excited, you know what I mean? And like rounds like 10 through like 20 went by, and I was just like man, shit, like I guess I'm going to college.
Didn't make it.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go hit. I was actually in the batting cages, like working out, and I look at it a couple more times, and I don't see my name. So I'm hitting. I just put my phone down. I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to finish hitting, and I'll look after. Well, I go to actually take a video of me swinging, and someone said, like, congrats, one of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like, my heart kind of dropped. I'm like, wait, what? And no, I go on, like, the MLB network, and it says my name.
Hey.
Myles McKisic, 23rd round.
Nice.
So they selected me, and then after that, like, your phone just starts buzzing off.
Yeah.
Like, congrats. And then, like...
So what was that like when you, like, that moment when you saw that congrats, you looked on MLB and you saw
I
that
just
you
had,
got
like,
drafted?
goosebumps.
Yeah.
I was like, this is happening. Because there's so many kids get drafted, but, like, it's hard. And I was kind of like goosebumps, and I was like, I actually did it. Like,
Right.
I don't know how. I don't know why they selected me, but they
Because you're
did.
good, kid.
But it happened, and it was just a cool experience.
Yeah, I bet, man. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You're in the small percentile, you know.
Yeah,
people that
I think it's
actually
like
make it.
2%
Wow.
out of, like, I think there's, like, I don't know, over, like, 1 million high school players or something like that.
I bet.
And there's, like, it's like a 2% chance of getting drafted.
So you've already, like,
Yeah.
gone against the odds.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing, dude. All right, so before we get into the Rangers a little more, like, what do you think the difference between playing high school, playing college / the academy that you went to, and then playing in the pros? Like, what's the transition like?
So from high school, you get, like, kids, you get, like, some better high school teams than others. Like, you get some trash ones, and then you got some kids that have, like, a few good pitchers that you're going to face, and, like, all right, let's go, like, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
like, you get into the pros, everyone's good.
All right.
There's not, like, that one, like, there's those higher draft picks and, like, prospects that, like, they stand out, but, like, everyone is the same speed, everyone throws the same, everyone, like,
It's the best of the best.
yeah, like, you can't. You go from, like, being, like, maybe at your high school, from, like, to being, like, top dog, like, everyone, like, looks up to you type of thing, and then you get in the minor leagues, and it's just, like, you look to your right, look to your left, and, like, he's better than me, I'm just as good as him,
Right.
but it's not, like,
The whole, just the skill in general is just
Mhm.
elevated.
and, like, everyone, like, because, like, around, like, high school, I was, like, one of the faster kids, I, like, jumped one of the highest, threw one of the hardest, and then you get to pro ball, and everyone has, like, same numbers, if not better.
Right. So does that make you want to elevate your game even more?
For
Does
sure.
that like the competition's there now, so
Yeah.
you got to play even harder?
Because, like, you get there, and, like, I see that, and I'm like, uh-oh, like, I got to compete here.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Right.
And you're trying to move up in levels, stuff like that. But, yeah, there's definitely a big difference.
Yeah.
Because it's not, high school is so scattered, because you have kids all over the country who are good. And, like, travel teams, you have 1 million travel teams that have, like, solid players, but then once you get there,
Totally different game.
it's everyone.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this kid's, like, easy tonight. It's like, no.
So yeah,
you
it's
gotta
gonna be hard.
Yeah, you got to be on your game every single day.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that comes down to, basically.
Do you think you got an ego when you went to the pros, or did that competition around you kind of like keep you humble? Like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
the
That's
best.
how it was. Like, you got to, like, the competition around you. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of kids better than me once I got there. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And you're just, like, sitting there, like, I need to do well tonight because it's, like,
Could be my job.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
for sure.
So when you're in high school, or even before high school, what do you wish you would have known about the pros, or like about the process of getting there, that you didn't know?
I've had friends that have gotten drafted, and, like, my coach, George, he, like, they kind of, like, let me know, and he kind of, like, told me what it's about, but, like, maybe just the talent. I don't want to know, though, because you know you're going to, like, you're going pro, but, like, not too much. I feel like I had a pretty good, like, idea,
You're pretty well prepared.
but it's just, like, what he asked me before I, like, signed my contract, and other people have asked me, like, I know a coach really well in the White Sox organization, Tommy Thompson. He gave me a call. He was, like, in the big leagues and stuff. And he goes, the main thing is, like, are you sure you want to go play baseball every single day, 8 months straight for, like, 8 hours a day?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. It's not like if you're good or bad anymore. It's like, can you wake up every single morning and go do this?
Right, put in the work every
out.
single day.
And I was like, I feel like I do that already,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But it's a little different. I mean, 8 months straight, you're throwing a baseball every single day.
Yeah. Did you get tired of that at all, or were you loving it every day? Or does it
Like
come
some days you'd wake up and you're like, oh,
Right.
I gotta go to the field again. But like once you get there, you're around all your friends. Like you make friends so quick. You're with it, like all your boys every single day.
Yeah.
And like once you're in there, it's like, all right, here's another day. Let's get it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And all my coaches, everyone was cool. Like it wasn't like stressing going to the field every day.
Yeah.
So that made it a lot easier. But it's just like you want to really do it. Because some people like they get to college and after 4 years at college or 3 years, they kind of get burnt out.
Right, and they don't even want to go to the next level.
Yeah, I feel like that happens sometimes. Or even at high school, you know, they're like, oh, I don't want to put in that workload.
Yeah. I think it like that routine and that when things come like habit and you're doing them over and over again, even if it is something like, you know, that you love, that you've wanted to do your whole life, like play professional baseball, like things still become that habitual, like, oh, I got to do this again. All right, let's get up tomorrow, do the same thing. But yeah, then that comes back to like being grateful for what you have. Like take a step back, realize like, wow, I'm out here playing professional ball. Like I could be working construction out in the sun every day,
Or in
like
school.
or just in school. Exactly.
But yeah, that's another thing that helps too. Or like when I get my paycheck, like I'm playing a kid's game, getting paid.
Right.
That makes you like, all right, let's keep this going.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting paid to go play baseball or practice and go play a game every night.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
Like,
So I mentioned it in the beginning of the interview, but you played. How long did you play in the organization, the Texas Rangers?
2.5, like 3 years. I would say.
So almost 3 years, and then unfortunately you got cut. Now,
This past spring training.
so now you're going to college in Georgia, playing ball, so you have another shot since you didn't use your college eligibility, right?
Yep.
So how has your mentality changed, and what do you think you need to do differently, if anything, so that you get this second shot and that you can take advantage of it more?
Well, I really just want another opportunity, because I think if I get the other opportunity, I'll have more of like a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Like I already kind of did, but now knowing that like I kind of know what it takes now too, I feel like. And like maybe some days when I was in professional ball, I did maybe take it for granted. Not realizing like I'm just young, like I've only been playing, they're not gonna like really cut me after a couple years coming out of high school.
Right.
But like it happened. And like now it's just like going in with like just stick your nose in there and get it done. Or like, and then I kind of had like, you know, experience just like what I need to experience, like playing wise and all that stuff. I feel like you kind of, you know, you have a little bit more confidence going into it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, for those other kids out there, like have that confidence. There were some days when I was struggling last year. It was just like, what am I doing? Like I'm even good. I was like sometimes questioning like, am I even good anymore?
Really?
But like, I feel like I won't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Cause like, what's the like? Go get it done.
Right.
Because tomorrow, if you don't get it done, you could be released again.
Right. Somebody else is gonna get it done if you don't.
Yeah, and there's draft every year, so they bring in kids every single year.
Right.
So.
And those kids are coming for your job.
Exactly. So like, I'll just have more of like an ego, just like chip on my shoulder, and I'll just kind of know going in like what the everyday life is and how it works.
Right. The ins and the outs.
That too, because like it's a business, so like you want to, you know, make friends with certain coaches and
right.
be that guy around that organization that everyone likes.
Yeah.
Keep you in. But like looking back, it's not like I woke up and just was like, all right, like I appreciate it for sure.
Right.
But I think I just know, like even in the off season, just kind of just prepare a little bit more, and like have my body a little bit more prepared out, like going into spring training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just that little extra push.
Yeah.
It would be like all the difference.
So you kind of answered it in the earlier question that I gave you, but what advice would you give to like your high school self, or maybe not even your high school self, because I feel like you had the mentor George, so somebody who doesn't have a George mentoring them and like saying you need to do this, you need to do that, what's your advice to them to to give them a little edge and try to make it to the next level?
Surround yourself with people that want the same goal as you.
Yeah.
Because if you have a few friends that want that same goal, then all you guys are going to want to go to the field every single day and work instead of going off and, I don't know, go and do whatever, something else, not at the field.
Right.
But, like, and you can still, like, go to the field in the morning, then you have the rest of the day to do whatever you want.
Right.
But surround yourself with people that want that goal.
Right. It's kind of like that you are who you hang out with, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I heard that since I was, like, younger.
Yeah.
So that kind of, that's like a big one.
I know, man.
It's like, it just takes one text. You trying to go to the field today? Yeah, let's go. You going to the gym today? Yeah, let's go.
Right.
There you go. And then when you have someone there, it just like gives you that little extra motivation too.
Right, it's not just by yourself.
Yeah, because that could get boring some days, you know, or like that some day you're just like, no, I'll just kind of take today off. But if you got one of your friends like,
No, let's go.
And you're like, all right, we got to go.
Yeah.
Or even just kind of just try to find that mindset where you want it. Because then if you don't have one of those friends or you don't have kind of that, like, you got to find it within yourself.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people run into.
Comes back to, like I said, that just, if you got to want it bad enough to put in that extra work, and when, you know, your boys are going to the beach, you got to, all right, I got to go hit. Like, guys, we'll meet up with you later or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. You heard it, boys. Don't go to the beach. Go to the batting cage.
Yeah, go to the beach after.
Well, yeah, man. The point of the show is to change people's perspectives and, like, you know, how your hardships are different than mine. Like, I had this accident and got knocked down. Yeah. Now I've got to come back and try to continue living life in a positive and happy way, and that's what I'm trying to do. For you, your hardship was, you know, you made it to the top, and then you got cut and you got knocked down. So how do you respond from that?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you're doing right now, man. I think that's awesome, and I think you will get this second shot, and I hope you do.
It's like kind of like writing your own story, or the story's still happening.
Exactly, it's not over yet.
It's like going to school is not fun, especially not going after like 4 years, 3 years.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. How you feeling? You've been strapped in for probably like
it's getting kind of hot.
30 or so minutes, yeah.
Yeah, kind of hot.
Getting a little sweaty.
Yeah, a little back sweat going on, maybe. It's not too bad though. I can see like, I don't know, or you want to kind of like move your shoulders or.
Yeah, like you'll see me. I do a little bit of rocking and it stretches out a little bit.
The hands thing, that's kind of weird though.
Yeah.
Right here, it's just like you want to kind of maybe like talk with some mannerisms or something.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Yeah. A lot of people are hand talkers. It's a different different game out here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, man. Again, I appreciate you coming on. Hopefully, somebody can, whether they're in high school or maybe they just got cut from MLB team or college team or whatever it is, and they can hear you talk about it, and maybe that'll help them, give them that little boost of confidence, or help them on their second chance. So hopefully you're out there and you can benefit from this. Yeah. So thank you again for coming on.
No problem.
And if you guys enjoyed it, let us know in the comments below. I'll put Myles' social media in the description below. You want to follow him and continue seeing how his journey's going, go ahead and do that. And we'll see you next week on Paralyze This.